Work hard. Be somebody. Be something more than what you see in the mirror. Let the world be your mirror. Don't let them judge you, because the mirror can't judge you. You judge what you see in the mirror.
What's up, YouTube? It's Tyler Knight. You're tuned to Ty's Life. I'm about to be reacting to another Jimmy Howler video, another Jordan video. But this one's kind of different. It's called That One Time Michael Jordan Watched His Kids Get Torched by a Future NBA Player. Yeah. So this is interesting. This came out on my birthday, which was May 10th, but I couldn't react to it because I was celebrating my birthday. But yeah, we're about to get into this video. I was very interested. I didn't watch it because I just wanted to react to it for you guys. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell beside the subscribe button so you can be notified when I post. I'm trying to get lit this summer. If you don't subscribe and if you don't press the notification bell, man, you might be missing out on some really good videos, some really good content. So, you know, like, tune in, man, tune in and subscribe and like for the algorithm, you feel me, and comment for the algorithm, get more people to this channel. Yeah, just support me if you mess with my videos, you feel me. But yeah, let's get into the video. Jimmy Howler videos are usually good, so titled, and the title is what caught my attention. I was like, I was chilling with my girl on my birthday, and I saw the video. I was so tempted to click on it, but I'm like, nah, I have to react to this. I have to wait and then react to it for you guys. So yeah, let's get into the video.
We have a platform for all that you do. MailChimp.
It's always been interesting for me to go back and look at the high school rankings of some of the best NBA players today. ESPN goes all the way back to 2007, which just happens to be a stacked class of elite hoopers. Chandler Parsons was ranked 44th in the country. DeAndre Jordan was 25th. Some beardless kid named James Harden was 21st in the country. Blake Griffin was 18th. Derrick Rose was the 5th best recruit in the country, and OJ Mayo was the 3rd best recruit in that class. But ranked higher than all of those players was a shooting guard out of Indiana. A 6'5", 5-star recruit with a silky smooth jumper, ranked 2nd in the country by the name of Eric Gordon. Since 2007, Eric was drafted to the NBA, dropped 41 points on KD and the Thunder as a rookie, earned an NBA 6th Man of the Year award, won an NBA 3-point contest, and has quietly been one of the most consistent players in his 13 NBA seasons. In the NBA, Eric isn't great, but he's definitely not bad. He's a good player. But in high school, Eric Gordon was untouchable. Mr. Basketball of Indiana, first team All-American, and as a senior had multiple 50-point games and averaged 30 points per game on 46% shooting.
I can see that happening because, like, he's been getting buckets in the league for a while. Like, it's not like he's not getting scoring titles or whatever, but he's always on good teams where they already have a scorer, so they don't really need more scoring. But he's like that guy that it's just like an additional guy that you can just go to, and he's like always this guy coming off the bench giving you buckets, 18 to 20 points consistently. So if he's like that in the NBA, I can see that happening in high school. Like, you know, he's a bucket if he's consistently getting buckets. Even on teams where it's like you have James Harden, like he was on the team with James Harden, he was on the team with Chris Paul. Like Chris Paul facilitates, but around that time in New Orleans, Chris Paul was averaging like 24 points, 9 assists, and he's probably getting most of his points off of Chris Paul dishing it off to him. But like with teams with James Harden, sometimes it's hard to score with guys like that. Sometimes. Even though James Harden gets people involved, the ball is all like the points that they're getting, it's always coming from him. Is like the points they generate. It's like either he's scoring or it's assists, and maybe the assists are not coming to him. But like James Harden is averaging like 30 some points. He's always getting that 18 to 20 points, no matter what the circumstance. So the fact that he was dropping like 50 in high school, it does not surprise me, because he just looks like a natural scorer. He's just like, that's what he does. He scores the ball. That's what he knows how to do. So I'm not surprised.
In fact, Eric was so good that he was given the nickname Air Gordon. Of course, this nickname caused quite the spectacle when Eric Gordon faced off against Michael Jordan's kids on national television, in front of Michael Jordan himself. Michael's two sons, Jeffrey Jordan, a senior at the time, and Marcus Jordan, a sophomore, had to face off in a packed gym against the kid who was drawing comparisons to their father. Now, Jeff and Marcus Jordan were actually a good high school duo. Jeff was a top 30 player in the state, and Marcus was ranked top 50 in his class in the entire country. The school they played for, Loyola Academy, was no slouch either. At the time, Loyola was ranked as the #1 team in Illinois and ranked 22nd in the country. In fact, going into this game against Eric Gordon and North Central, Loyola Academy was absolutely walking every team they played. Held their first matchup of the season to just 33 points. Blowout, blowout, blowout. This team got within 8 points of beating them, and then back to more blowouts. 20 wins, 0 losses. The best team in the state of Illinois, and a 20-game winning streak to show for it. Their next opponent, North Central and their superstar, Eric Gordon. The Jordan boys and their squad were actually the favorites in this matchup, but going up against Eric Gordon, this game was said to be one of the premier games of the entire season, which is why it landed a spot on ESPN, in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Loyola Academy gets out to a hot start, sparked by an alley-oop from Marcus to Jeffrey. Loyola Academy up 15-7 in just 5 minutes. The game was living up to the hype, and Jordan was loving it. And then Eric Gordon showed up.
Live by MJ, Loyola in its first nationally televised game this season. Air Jordan to Eric Gordon, perhaps? Gordon wears number 23, and he knows how to ball. Ranked second in the ESPN.com class of 2007. North Central outscored Loyola 25-5 in the second quarter. Here in the third quarter, Gordon, 39 points through 3. And in the fourth quarter, it's showtime. Kelvin Sampson giddy about the 6 foot.
I'm trying to figure out, did they have any answer for him for all those buckets he's giving them? Sheesh. Wow. Look at the score. 58-39. They're almost beating them by 20. It's the third quarter. And their team's supposed to be like one of the best. Supposed to be like one of the best in their state, I believe. Or the best in their state. And they're 22nd in like North America. I'm guessing. But yeah. Sheesh. But it actually looks like Jordan's sons were pretty good in high school. They could have potentially been something in the NBA, maybe, if they, I don't know, if they were going on that route and they just kept on, like, improving. But, damn, Eric Gordon was really giving the buckets and beating them by 20. And Loyola was blowing out teams. Like, I don't know. Sheesh. Eric Gordon was a problem in high school. Sheesh. Wow. That's crazy. Beating them by 20 in the third quarter, and they're a solid team. Like, the facts show that they were, like, beating teams. They were blowing out teams, and teams would get close sometimes, but they weren't beating them. But for a guy to take over the game and be beating a team by 20 in the third quarter, it's ridiculous. It's ludicrous. And they're a team like that. That was a problem.
Going to Indiana as
for sure.
Gordon scores 43. North Central hands Loyola Academy its first loss of the season.
In front of Michael Jordan and company, Eric Gordon dropped a career-high 43 points on Michael's sons, putting up 18 of his team's 20
That's
points
crazy.
in just the first
He was
quarter,
on a mission.
and getting Eric Gordon chance in the process. For the majority of the game, Marcus and Jeff were guarding Gordon. Well, tried to guard Gordon, but were left helpless as Eric did an uncanny impersonation of their father every time he came down the court. In what some reporters call one of the most electric high school basketball performances ever aired on ESPN, Eric finished his onslaught with a dunk that was special ordered for Michael Jordan in the crowd. But if that wasn't bad enough,
I didn't even know Eric Gordon was like that with his athleticism.
This game drew one of the largest viewings of any high school basketball game ever aired on ESPN. Michael's sick, about 2 seconds away from throwing on a jersey, lacing up, and subbing into the game himself.
Stop it. Get some help.
After the game, Eric was asked what it was like to drop 43 points in front of Michael Jordan.
What did it mean for you to play in front of him and then score 43 points?
Well, I mean, it was great. I got to show, I was trying to show how good I was. But it was really, I'd rather see my team win more than me scoring or this many points or do that or show fantastic plays. So I'd rather see my team win.
And I'd say that Eric both put on a show and helped his team get the win, since North Central beat Loyola Academy by 41 points.
41 points?
Nearly outscored the entire Loyola roster.
Oh my gosh. They had no answer for him. No way. They did not have to show that stat. They didn't play well. What? Were they? They couldn't have been they weren't the top scorers for sure. Because 8 points combined? They had no answer for Eric Gordon. What happened? That's crazy. I'm surprised. Because if they were that good in high school, but they had a game like that, that's so, like, it's kind of, I don't know about embarrassing, but, like, sheesh. They had no answer for them. Combined. 8 points combined. And Eric Gordon had 40 points. He dominated them. He terrorized them. Oh my gosh. That's a rough, that must have been a rough game for them, for sure. I don't know how that happened, because that means Eric Gordon would have had to play defense. And not even, I don't even know if Eric Gordon's like that on defense. Correct me if I'm wrong, but unless they just had a bad game, they were just, I don't know, something was in their head. Their dad was watching them, they got nervous. I don't know. Well, 8 points combined, that's insane. And Gordon had 43 points. I don't know, man. I feel like it had to be more than Gordon to stop them from scoring, from even having an impact on the game. Like maybe Gordon was locking them up, but it's two brothers and they have 8 points combined. Like this is crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how that happened. I might go back and watch that game if they have it somewhere live streamed, archived or whatever. That's crazy. That's sad though. 8 points combined between the brothers. They didn't even have to show that stat. That's disrespectful. I know they weren't the high scorers. They couldn't have been. They couldn't be the high scorers. If they're 8 points combined, each of them had like 4 points. I'm guessing. Wow, that's insane.
Himself. In fact, in the 14 seasons since this game, Loyola Academy has lost 138 games. And of those 138 losses, there has been a handful of blowouts. They've lost some games by 20 plus points, and they've lost a few games by 25 points or more. But not one loss in 14 seasons comes even close to the beatdown North Central gave them. Keep in mind, this was their best team in that 14-year stretch. And Eric Gordon did this to them. And if that wasn't bad enough, ESPN went out of their way to create this heartless graphic to really drive their point home. Was the 41-point blowout in front of the...
Why are they doing this? Okay, you know what? Like, ESPN is so disrespectful because, like I said before, they did not have to put their stats up there. 8 points combined. They knew what they were doing. You don't do that. Usually when you're when they have the stats up there, it's the top scorers, right? There's no way they were the top scorers if it was 8 points combined. So, like, you don't have to put that stat there. They knew what they were doing. They know they played really bad. They know that Eric Gordon just, like, dominated them. They know that. But they just did that to just disrespect the brothers, and I feel like that's probably why the brothers never did anything. Like they never made it to the NBA, or they weren't successful in college. I think it's because all this that got to them is like they had so much pressure in the media. They just disrespected them, I guess, and just had a lot of pressure. Like when they don't play well, you have like sneak disrespect, like small little like they put stats there that you don't need to put there. Like it's not helping them. It doesn't look good. Feel me? So it's crazy.
Father, not enough for y'all? Was the fact that they had to play the kid who was compared to their father while getting pieced up for 43 not enough for y'all? You just had to assign some new guy in the bowels of ESPN's studio to make this graphic? But this
crazy.
Gordon-Jordan saga doesn't end there. In the same post-game interview, Eric Gordon was asked about Michael Jordan's All-American Classic, a game hosted by Jordan Brand to showcase the best high school talent in the country.
Eric, yesterday it was released that you invited Michael Jordan on there. Comments on it.
Well, I just heard about it the other day. It might have been yesterday, but it'd be great to probably play in it. And I don't really know too much about it, but it's just great to see God been nominated for it.
Well, later that season, the Jordan Brand All-American team was announced, featuring the best high school players in the country. Players like Michael Beasley, Blake Griffin, Jeffrey Jordan. I'm sure that had nothing to do with the last name. Derrick Rose, OJ Mayo, and Eric Gordon. That same month, these All-Americans played in the Jordan Classic. And take a wild guess at who led their team to a victory as the leading scorer. That's right. You can't make this stuff up. The kid who a couple months earlier spent 40 minutes torching MJ's kids for 43 points played in Michael's All-American Classic and led his team to a dub. MJ had to watch this kid get busy not once, but twice in the same season. The first time against his own kids on ESPN, and the second in his very own game. So if this has taught us anything, it's that you can't mess with Michael Jordan and get away with it. But you can drop 43 on his kids on national television, still get invited to his All-American game, and live to tell the tale. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, until next time.
That's tough, man. That's tough. They had a lot of pressure on them, and like, that's tough. That's tough. Sheesh. Like as a basketball player, like I know what that pressure can do to you. Like I have a brother that's really good at basketball, and like it's hard to fill in someone's shoes. Like that's like that good. But my brother was like, he was good, and he played D1 basketball, stuff like that. But just looking at that's like in a small scale, because my brother he just played D1 basketball. But to have a dad that's the best of all time, I couldn't imagine how much pressure those guys have on them. And ESPN and those places and those different like media outlets, like they don't help. They don't help the situation at all. Because when they fail, when they get into situations like this, they don't have a good game, and one of the best players in the country gives them 40, and both of the brothers combined for 8 points. It's televised, and they're gonna put that in the description. They didn't have to put that there, because obviously they weren't the top scorers on the team. They combined for 8 points, probably 4 points each. So they did not have to put that there, but they did. And then they put the stats of what they averaged in high school: 11 points, 8 points to their dad's 29 points in high school, 29-point triple double. So it's crazy. But I don't know. I kind of feel bad for them, but because I know how they feel on a smaller scale, because my brother was good. It was really good. But like, I don't know. I don't know how to like, I don't know how it feels to have someone that's the GOAT in my family, that I have to live up to that. Like, I don't that's the GOAT. Like, that's the best of all time to ever like touch a basketball. Like, anyway, like, it's crazy. That's crazy. It's hard to live up to that, but it's what it is. But yeah, that was a good video. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. This video was good. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for these guys. That stat just tripped me out. Like, 8 points combined to his 43 points. Oh my gosh, that's oh my gosh, that's traumatizing. That's traumatizing. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share. Like I said, stay blessed, stay lit, and I'm out.